Hi, my dear friends of the Feng Shui and of creating your own space and changing the space. So, all changes that we have in our world. So, if you feel just or okay in your home, and how about changing that to be proud of your home, feeling nourished and supported? Creating the space you really want to live in with Feng Shui. So, hi, I'm Sandra, and I have been teaching and consulting Feng Shui now for almost 20 years. Oh my God. First in Germany and now here in beautiful New Zealand. And in this series, Change Your Space with Feng Shui, you can discover how some of the most basic principles of Feng Shui can already make a huge difference in you feeling at home in your home. Want to give it a try? So, in this episode, we will have a closer look at the basic concept of what is Qi, Yin and Yang, of Feng Shui. So, the main principles, one of the main principles, actually, it's probably the most basic principle in the Feng Shui is the yin and yang. And you may have come across this one before, the Tai Chi. So the Tai Chi comes from the Wu Ji, which is the one, and then the Tai Chi is just two. And then the two become whatever. We're sticking with that, the yin and the yang. So what you can see here is really that everything changes. So the yin and the yang, and the dark and the light, the heavy and the light, the soft and the hard, male and female principles. So all of these exist in pairs and they complement each other. One can't be without the other. There is no light. You don't know what light is if you haven't experienced the darkness. Positive and negative forces are in constant movement, like day and night, like the seasons in the year, and like life in itself. So it's a constant struggle of balance between the yin and the yang. Wouldn't you say that too in your life? So it's like a slow moving river, which is yin, with rocks and stones becoming yang when it speeds up, turns into a waterfall, and then yin again when it flows into a lake. And in the extreme, ice can burn and heat stroke produces shiver. So it's all about the balance of the yin and the yang, the zero and the one, if you want so. The zero and the one is all in our life, isn't it? So one of the common misconceptions when hearing about Feng Shui is that it's all about furniture arrangements, lucky charms, and so on, or crystals, hanging up crystals and waiting for your life to change. Well, that's not going to happen, correct? So this, however, is not actually the art of Feng Shui, because the art of Feng Shui is really balancing your personal environmental energy, the Qi, to bring prosperity and happiness to your life. So what exactly is Qi then? So the term is used in the practice to describe the flow of energy present in and around us. The aim of the Feng Shui is to enhance your well-being inside and outside, and creating that space where the flow of positive Qi is within your living or working space and your surroundings. So with the Qi, Qi, life force, prana, ether, Maori, we've got so many words for it. The source of that is the environment. And we've got, as a person, we've got different sources of Qi. So there is air Qi, for instance. It's one of the sources. So it's really important that you have good air around you. There's a difference if you live close to a motorway or if you're living in the mountains. So the air Qi will be different in that one, correct? So then the next one is food Qi. So you can always, it's so important to take good food into you, food that is really nourishing. So the closer it is to when it's been harvested, and the closer to organic, of course, it is the better Qi that you take into yourself. So, what's the use of hanging gold and silver outside and you're putting rubbish into your inside? So really, really the food Qi, you can restore the Qi in your body through the food that you take into your body. Think about that next time you choose what you're going to have to eat. Then another one, of course, is water Qi. Water Qi is important. So the water you take into your body, we are, how many percent of water? Yeah, correct. A lot, isn't it? Around 90, over 90, I have forgotten. But a lot of that. So the water that you take into your body is really important. It is important, the quality of the water and also how much you take in, because your body needs to replenish, it needs to rejuvenate. And that's why you also, like with the food, have you look at what are you taking into your body? Are you having too much sugar in your liquids? It's not really good for you, but you probably know that already. Another is the sun. Of course, being in the southern hemisphere, the sun, if it's too strong, you can't stay too long in the sun. Yes, that's the sign of times. But sun helps you produce vitamin D. And that is really good for your well-being. And it's good for your sleep too. And sleep is another one, which I don't have in here. But sleep is where you really replenish, where you really restore yourself again. And then the one you've been given from birth is called the Natal Chi. So if you look at that, you are born with the Natal Chi. So, and that comes from your parents and from your ancestral lines, and that can be different for each and every one of us. In Chinese metaphysics, we believe that the Natal Chi is stored in the kidneys. So, and from then on, you will live from that Natal Chi, and you can fill it up by the sun, by good water, good food, and the air Chi. So really, really, those you can, it's not that you have to age. At any stage in your life, you can choose to have better air, better food, um, um, have better sun in your life, and really rejuvenate your body and become full of chi again. The other point, of course, with the chi is there's a chi of the place you live in. So that was the personal chi. There's chi in buildings, of course. Chi from the past, for instance. Chi from the stars and when your home was built. And that is already going deeper into, for instance, the flying stars, which are also mentioned in the last episode. So this is really interesting of the chi of the surrounding is the next point. So the variation of chi, seasonal. So your home probably feels different depending on where the sun is, whether it's higher up or lower down, whether it's winter or summer. And there's always a different feeling, a different chi along the seasons. Then it also depends, of course, where you are living. So there are chi abundant surroundings and there are sha chi surroundings where the chi is not so favorable for you. And you will feel that. So whenever you look at buying, for instance, a place or building a place somewhere, you need to see what is the chi on the outside with mountains and rivers around you. And then we're looking at the chi of the inside. So again, what I said in the beginning, it's not just about Feng Shui is not just about the placement of your furniture. It is actually about enhancing and tapping into the good chi. So if there is no good chi around you, it would be really, really hard to compensate that from the inside. Not impossible, but you can only fix that much. But if you have the chi already from the surrounding where you are, you've got birds, you've got trees, you've got good air, you've got good view, then it's so much easier to harness that chi on the inside and to compensate with areas that are maybe not so good for you. So generally speaking, with the Feng Shui and the analysis of the chi and the yin and the yang around you, you will get analytics at hand to see your environment with different eyes and to analyze much deeper. And then you know what you lack in your life and or what you need to change. And depending on your focus. So I need to know what are your goals. Unless I know what your goals are for the moment, for this year, for this month, then we have to choose, is it short-term Feng Shui, is it long-term Feng Shui? What do we need? Which tools are we using? How do we approach the Feng Shui, with which principles? But in the end, it all comes down to yin and yang and the chi. So I want you to be able to create a space that works for you and not the other way around. And therefore, in the next video, I'm going to talk about the 5 elements and how Feng Shui is working with those principles. So if you want to just hang out crystals and wait for your life to change, that is not Feng Shui. That is something else. And if you like what you see and hear here, like it, share it, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what your Feng Shui problems are. So, and I hope you want to come on that journey with me. So if you have any questions, comment, let me know. But this is what, in the end, the Feng Shui is about. Tapping into the good chi, balancing the yin and the yang in harmony. I'm looking forward to your comments and to seeing you again here on this channel for the 5 elements, the next principle of the Feng Shui. Bye for now.